right, my name is Renison Jeffrey, and this is the Workers' Rights Platform. We are broadcasting live from the Workers' Rights Network. Now, today being the 12th of June 2023, today we are, just to keep up with what is going on now within the news in terms of current affairs. Now, we would have seen this, picked up on this, which was reported by CNC3, by the way. Minister Young urges the public not to create unrest over claims of tax increase. Why? As a matter of fact, Energy and Energy Industry Minister Stuart Young is urging the population not to be responsible, not to create unrest in the country, but rather take their destiny into their own hand over opposition Senator Wade Mack. And the next one was this. More clarity. At least the opposition want more clarity needed from the government on tax increase, given that the current political climate leading up to an expected general election. It is crucial that the government make its position on increased taxes as clear as possible. So that is the next thing that exists in there within the CNC3 would have reported on that too. And in terms of the weather report in Trinidad and Tobago, this is what it is. Trinidad and Tobago. And the reminder for the lesser Antilles, mostly sunny, hazy, breezy conditions are expected, despite a 4% medium chance of a few isolated showers tonight. Will be but hazy, but apart from brief shower, a gust of wind may occur in. For near showers, noted that the significant concentration of Sahara dust is present in the atmosphere. Persons who are susceptible to this change in air quality are advised to take the necessary precautions. And the temperature is 33 degrees Celsius. So this is what is taking place here. Now, as I say, we are going to move on to current affairs. This morning, we would have told you that we are going into editorial with this gentleman here. Everybody would have known this guy. As a matter of fact, you're on this side. You're on this side, sorry. Watching all these screens on them. Very difficult as to take. This person here that you see before me, behind is Ricardo Welch. And just a little insight about this person that you are seeing there. Ricardo Welch, known as the Gladiator, was a popular Trinidad and Tobago talk show host. He was shot dead on October 18th on the boulevard in Santa Cruz, Trinidad and Tobago. Ricardo Welch was known for his outspoken views on various topics, which often drew controversy. His murder was part of a large crime wave in Trinidad and Tobago at the time. So we are going right into the interview, editorial with Ricardo Welch, that he would have even said back then, and his outspoken views on the Prime Minister, the current Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago at this point in time. Although he was wrong, Rowley still ended up winning. Our Prime Minister, matter of fact, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley ended up winning the election. He would have beat Kamala in 2015. Now the time check 12:15 p.m. And we want to go right into the editorial from Gladiator, which might be at the point in time. If we go into it, we go realize that, it relating to situation that we are going through currently. As I say, we need not reinvent the wheel concerning that discussion there, which he would have had as before. I think in 2012 he would have had this discussion, and we are going to play that for you. So bear with us. It's our one person here in studio, so we going into the discussion in which Gladiator would have said about the Prime Minister presently. And even back then, it was a challenge. To deal with the Prime Minister. Our Prime Minister, by the way.
The following is a paid program.
Yes, that is Gladiator.
Speaking about alligators in a lagoon. And we know what they mean. I planted rice in the lagoon with my grandparents and my parents, and many of you did. But you see, the waters that wash down from the hills of Laventille, across the land from Mayaro, from the east, all the rivers that join together, they bring the greatest civilizations on the earth here together in Trinidad and Tobago. And when you speak of alligators in a lagoon, I call on Dr. Rowley to condemn or to say whether he agrees with the statement made by, I think, his candidate, Hines. This man is talking about alligators in a lagoon. And I want to know what is Dr. Rowley's comment, and someone must ask him that. Does he agree with that statement? You see, in this country, I said already, the greatest civilizations are found here, merged and joined together. The Ganges meet in the Nile. right here in Trinidad and Tobago. 1/3 of our population, 1/3, that is 1 in every 3. 1/3 of the population of this land is of mixed ethnic origin. So when you talk about alligators in a lagoon, are you saying to all those of mixed descent that they must deny their ancestry? That they must deny half of them or 1/3 of them? This country is no longer a land of one race. It is a land of many races blended together in harmony. I can see you. I can see you where I stand tonight. And I can see the Ganges of the Nile flowing in your blood because I can see all the Douglas. I can see all the Cocopayo. I can see all of you mixed together, which is what makes Trinidad and Tobago the great nation that we are. So do not disrespect, do not dishonor any race, any creed, or any religion in our land. You see, he never condemned the Calcutta ship in Tobago when the comment was made, and I call upon him today. Dr. Rowley, tell us, what is your comment about alligators in the lagoon? And if you cannot answer that, you will lose 1/3 of the population of Trinidad and Tobago. And another third, and you will lose all of the population of our land.
If you still undecided, that come like if you're in a ring with gloves and a big strong heavyweight coming at you and you making up your mind whether to put up a guard. Something is happening. We have seen the government, but I was under no illusion. I watching them since 1995. And in May 2010, when I saw Kamla Prasad be set as Prime Minister, when I saw she chose Anand Ramlogan as Attorney General, when I saw Suraj Rambachan, when I saw Devant Maraj, and when I saw Anil Roberts, I knew trouble was on the horizon. I wasn't expecting nothing else. That is a recipe for mayhem and confusion and trouble for Trinidad and Tobago. I knew it was impending disaster. That is the leadership she provides. That is why she can't tell none of them nothing. And all of them is alligator from the same murky lagoon.
Eight minutes after the hour of 6 o'clock. A pleasant good evening to each and every one of you. Welcome to all and sundry to the election platform with yours truly, the Gladiator. He entered politics at the age of 32 years. That man goes by the name of Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. He went up in 1981 for Tobago West. He lost it in his first attempt to enter into public life. In 1985, he married to Sharon Clark Rowley. Became husband and wife. He fought his way And in 1996, he thought he was fit to battle with the then political leader of the PNM party, Patrick Manning. In 1996, he went up against Patrick Manning and thought he was ready and fit to lead the PNM party. This man, Dr. Keith Rowley, got the soundest curtail in his life in 1996. His arrogance, his spitefulness, his raging attitude like a bull put him in a position only to be defeated in 1996. He has never won a general election in this country. But his past traits haunt his soul. He used that negative vibes and negative spirit and torment Patrick Manning and force him to call an early election in 2010. And when he succeeded in bringing down the Manning's administration, it was only a matter of time for Manning to give in to the pressure. And Manning had no other choice as leader of the PNM party to save the image of the party. He called a general election in 2010. Yesterday, I was at Country Club at Long Circular. It was amazing to see an amalgamation of tribes coming from all different corners of TNT. And they came from Deep South. They came from Central. They came from the East. They came from the West. And they came from the North. And they assembled at that location, Country Club. And all the spirits gathered in their multitude. I was not surprised when I saw PNM people in their numbers at Country Club being part of the assembly gathered there to listen to the Prime Minister of the Republic of TNT. Never before in the history of TNT have a place, a venue, open its doors in which a multitude of tribes came together in unity, expressing and granting the blessings to the Prime Minister of the Republic of TNT. And they came there in mass numbers. Over 5,000 people gathered at Country Club yesterday. The PNM people who came there, I conversed with them, and they came out straight and said, Gladiator, we cannot vote for Rowley. Some of them changed their mind in voting for Rowley a few days ago. But as the days move along, as I told the people, the PNM party is split down the middle. And some people didn't want to believe what Gladiator was saying. But yesterday was a day in which one could have feel the spirit of a mass number of people gathered together to engage in a mission. Here it is. This man who did not wait for a year to pass, but mount a pressure and put some pressure on this lady, Sister Kamla Prasad Bisesa. Yes, this man by the name of Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, this man who was a former teacher, this man Rowley, who bull a teenager, Rowley, yes you Rowley, yes you Rowley, I'm not lying, I am not lying. All of a sudden you're running from the debate, you Rowley, trying to back down on the debate. All of a sudden, making noise, finding ways out, an excuse as to why you want no debate with the leader of the People's Partnership. You march up and down, you rant and you rave, you misbehave, you gyrate, you levitate, you oscillate. You do the political goatee look back. And you thought that you would have devoured the Prime Minister. And for the first time in the history of this country, a woman, a Prime Minister, have shown you that she could withstand every move, every action, every attack that you can bring. She withstood it from 2010 to 2015. You thought that the Prime Minister would have called the election in 2010. You thought that the Prime Minister would have called the election in 2011. You, Rowley, you thought the Prime Minister would have called the election in 2012. You thought the Prime Minister would have called the election in 2013. Because your mission was to bring down the Prime Minister's government by every means available to you and your psyche of arrogance. In your reckless way, in your reckless conduct, lacking prime ministerial qualities, lacking the character to bring all race together, you have failed miserably. And now that the day is coming nigh, when this woman, this female Mohican, and I warned you some years back, Rowley, or Growley, I told you to beware of the Mohican. She does not come or battle alone. This lady, this Prime Minister, Everywhere she goes, walk with the spirits of the Mohicans. And she's ready for another term in government. All of a sudden, you as my leader of the PNM party, finding ways to back down from a debate. All of a sudden, you're finding ways to back down from a debate. You was huffing and you was puffing. You mount platforms after platforms over the years. And you thought that because you were successful in bringing down Patrick Manning's administration, you would be successful in bringing down Kamla Persad Bissessa. But you fail miserably, and the lady have shown you strength. She have shown you leadership. That's what she have shown you. And here it is, last night at the country club, boldly, with the energy, with the encouragement, and with the spirits of the multitude that gathered at country club. She said it publicly and issue a challenge to you, Rowley or Growley. If you feel that this lady is a lady that you can devour in that debate, let me tell you, Rowley, if it's one debate that you're going to lose, it's this one because of your arrogant behavior. You don't have that nature, that human touch. You could masquerade and mask yourself as a new Rowley, but in that debate, the entire nation will see the kind of person you are. And because you know of your weakness, you have no remorse for what you did to that teenage girl. Yes, what I say is a fact. Ask Rosalind Allen. I didn't say it. Rosalind Allen said it. I didn't say it. God Allen said it. A big man like you, bull a teenager. This teenage girl, in a tender moment, tender age, Rosalind Allen, that young Rosalind Allen, have to go through that experience of a man by the name of Dr. Christopher Rowley. Yeah. You become a doctor after you did what you did to that teenage girl. And you want to escape this debate coming up. You want to enter into prime ministership without the issue of you having sex with that teenage girl. Here it is. Your arrogance, your nasty, dirty conduct and reckless conduct as a politician that you could have it your way, or you want a debate in August. Yeah. But why did the debate commission change that date? Why? Something smelled very stink. Here it is. You mount platforms and you put so much of pressure. You and that next scumbag, Austin Jack Warner. Yeah. And when you all thought that the lady would have given to your pressure, when you all thought that Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar would have given to your pressure, you all started to call the race card. But I'm coming for you, Fitzgerald Hines. You ballad Rasta are coming for you. I have a special day for you. Yes. And you's a lawyer? I don't tell all you, me ain't no lawyer at all, you know. I ain't no lawyer. But I know one thing. All you can't sue me on behalf of Rowley. Yes, you, Rowley. Because what I discuss on national radio, I have black and white. Yes, you. Big man like you. Bull. A teenage girl. Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you. And you want to be this country's next prime minister? I cry shame on the PNM's Women's League. I cry shame on Camille Robinson Regis. Oh my God, Almighty God, what manner of people are there today? I cry shame on the leadership of the PNM party. Here it is. To this day, they have not called on Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley to step down. Yeah, they are trying to hide beneath the carpet the fact that this man had sex with a teenage girl. You want to be the next prime minister? You say when you come into public office or you put yourself up for public life, you are open to any question from the citizen. But you are a man that runs some question. We want to know how many teenage girls you had sex with. I warn you, Rowley. I warn you, because I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. You don't like to answer questions. You went on a platform and you told your attorneys, you instruct your attorneys to issue legal action against the gladiator, to issue legal action against Wendell Eversley, to issue legal action against Morgan Job. To hell with Morgan Job. All because you don't want to answer question. You as a public figure. And you have some ignoramuses, some illiterate PNM activists who don't read, who don't do no research at all. They're going running the tail all over the place and begging and praying that Balize House sue the Gladiator. Well, let me tell all of this. I will go down in history as the first PNM activist ever to be sued by a PNM leader. But on what grounds? On what grounds will Rowley sue the Gladiator? I declare, on what grounds? You had sex with a teenager, and that is a fact. Let's hear what Rosalind Allen is saying. Let's hear it.
I knew since I used to go to school, and to tell you the truth, I always used to like him since I went to school. But that is just, it used to be a secret something.
Yes. You see what happened with you? You thought when people came out and buff up the lady from Tobago, Vanilla Allen Topping, you say, ah boy, they buff she up, and I'm glad they buff she up. But them who buff she up can't buff me up one bit at all. I'm the Gladiator. We have not heard any voices coming from the churches on this issue here. We have not heard any voices from those women groups. Yes. A man who was aspiring to be prime minister. This man Rowley, this man Dr. Christopher Rowley, this man Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, this man who is aspiring to be Prime Minister of the Republic of TNT wants to bully himself into the office of Prime Ministership. You mount all kind of platforms, left, right, and center all over TNT. And you feel somebody must afraid you. Yeah. You feel Gladiator afraid you. And you feel you could talk lawyer talk with Gladiator. Or you thought I was a foolish person? Or you thought I'm a pick-up kind of talk shows from the street, from the wayside, or what? Eh? You who bull a teenage girl some years back? Who the hell you take me for? Yes, you have sex with a teenage girl. Let's hear that next track there. Let's hear it.
I have been in public life since 1980 on a PNN platform. I have been in Parliament since January 1987. I've fallen in love with a lot of girls.
I knew since I used to go to school, and to tell you the truth, I always used to like him since I went to school. But that is just, it used to be a secret something.
If you come forward to the political arena, come with clean hands. And once you are in the political arena, you are available to be questioned by every citizen of Trinidad and Tobago because you are managing their affairs.
Yeah. This big hardback man. Yes, you. This big hardback man. Yeah? What came to your mind? What came to your mind? You, Rowley. What came to your mind when you bull that teenage girl some years ago? What came to your mind? And to this day, you have no remorse? We want in that debate commission pertinent questions to be asked to you. because you want to be the next prime minister. You know, furthermore, I hear you're making a way, holding cottage meetings all over the place. Let me instruct the listening public. Let me instruct the listening public. That wherever Rowley goes to hold those cottage meetings, ask him one question. One question. Ask him one question. You know how you will put on his glasses? You will put on his glasses, put on his red checker shirt, sit down on a chair, and play Mr. Moralist, Mr. Upright Moralist, Mr. Family Man. Yeah. That's what you want to project. That you are family man. Yeah. One question he must ask you. Rowley, good night, sir. Can you answer me just one question? Yeah, what is the question? How many bastard children you have? And it is on this note, the question is put to you, the public. The numbers are 222-8255. Do you want to know how many bastard children Rowley have? Do you want to know? Should he tell the nation how many children in all? But I'm not speaking about the bastard children. How many children in all? But I'm not speaking about the bastard children. God Allen is a bastard child. Yeah? We want to know how many children you have, because you seems to be like a hot cock in the yard. Yeah. You know them hot cock in the yard? Always running around, and any little chance they get on those hens, they, all right, jump on the hen, blah, blah, blah. We want to know how many bastard children. Next caller. Good evening. Yes. You see the level of illiteracy? You see the level of the illiteracy? Yes. You see the level of illiteracy? You see the level of the illiteracy? And every day I'm going to prove my point. Every day I'm going to prove my point. Because I am not targeting y'all. And y'all proving my point. Good evening.
Pleasant evening, Brother Gladiator.
Good evening to you.
Look, Gladiator, as a concerned citizen this evening, Dr. Rowley said he can be scrutinized by the public.
He said it.
Look, yes. My name is Dumorius Horsley. And as a concerned citizen, Dr. Rowley.
And many others.
Horsley, you got to call back. Something went wrong with the line. Like some other caller jam you and cut you. Good evening, caller.
Good evening, Mr. Gladiator. I want to ask him those questions. And I want him to answer me to and let me know as well. Are they all in Trinidad or are there some in Jamaica? Thanks a lot.
All right. Again, people, I want to know as a citizen, because I am going to vote in this election, but I'll let you know I'm not voting for PNM at all. I want to know how many bastard children you have. Yeah, you playing and operating like a hot cock in the yard. Yeah. Good evening, caller.
Yeah, Gladiator, calling from Belmont.
Yes.
And I also want to know the answer because I'm hearing things, as the lady just said, there's something that went on in Jamaica. So we must be able to make an informed decision. If somebody here, he has X amount of children and still want to vote for him, no problem. But I want to know, to be sure, so the country must know. But I have the fear that if somebody asks him if he have any outside children, he might just say, you see that question? Take it and go and put it with the monkey, put the nuts. This is the thing I hear from Dr. Rowley.
Thank you. It is alleged that Rowley, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, has 5 children. We want to know if that is true. All right. All right.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good evening.
Yes.
All right. All right.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good evening.
Yes, Gladiator.
Yes.
Woodford Square, I want to know that too. Woodford Square.
Yes.
And I call all the churches of them to come out and speak. We want to know. We want to know.
Yes.
Right?
Thank you.
Woodford Square, you have a pen up. You have a pen up in Woodford Square next week.
Thank you. This big hardback man. Yes, you, Rowley. You. No shame. You want to be the country next prime minister, but a big hard. Somebody. Good evening.
Good afternoon. Gladiator, this is none of our business.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes.
Hello?
Look, next caller, yes. Look, you all gotta get straight, you all gotta, because this thing, I have limited time here. Good evening, caller. Good evening.
Good evening, Gladiator. My good friend, Gladiator.
Yes.
Good evening. Yes, Gladiator, good evening to you. But Gladiator, listen to your debate for the last days of since last week.
I am not debating at all, Kingsley. I am not debating. I am expressing my editorial, my commentaries.
Yeah, but Gladiator, I want to know about section 34. Gladiator.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I want you to got a master's degree. You gotta get accustomed to the click with the switch, Kingsley. Gotta get accustomed and make sure Jack Warner give you a master's degree. Make sure he give you a master's degree in that. Good evening, caller. Good evening. Good evening.
Good afternoon.
Good evening, caller.
Good afternoon, Mr. Gladiator.
Good evening to you.
I would also like to know who all the children and them is.
Thank you. And this is what all them callers, oh God, they coming in, rushing in fast here. I mean, I say people, some people, not another, and by the way, let me thank all the PNM people who have supported me. Up to yesterday, so many PNM people went to Country Club to see the Prime Minister, to hear the Prime Minister. So many of them. I said, but what is going on here? And on everyone's lips, they cannot follow that man as leader. The man have not asked Almighty God for forgiveness. This man, Rowley, and let me tell you people, some days ago and some weeks ago, some of you might have had fear in mentioning Rowley and the Rosalind Island, but let me tell you people, have no fear. Rowley cannot sue you. Rowley cannot sue you because it is a fact. It is not defamation. It is not defamatory. It is not libelous. Rowley had sex with a teenager, a teenage girl.
This year and beyond, let no one among us be a scapegoat.
Now that was an editorial by the late gladiator Ricardo Welch that would have spoken about an issue that was taking place back then. And what we are saying today is that today, seeing that around that timing, we didn't listen. We are reaping the effects of not paying attention to the character of such individual. We are reaping the benefits of not paying attention. And today, when we tell you, the people at Trinidad and Tobago, what is going on in the area of Point 14 is repugnant. And those that want to cry out are whole underneath duress to their political affiliation. When we tell you that, we tell you the whole story. There are people within certain households, if they only express that the PNM is not good for that area again, they have to find some way to live. Yes, that is what's taking place. So when we come out here now and boldly proclaim what is taking place within our area, that is a microcosm to what is taking place throughout Trinidad and Tobago. This is what we would have meant. There is not for no TikTok video, you know, because the production on TikTok go beyond that, because we want to sit down and have a discussion with you, to have a conversation with you. We constantly leave the number on the screen for you to reach out to us, because we know what's going on underneath. You know, you may not be able to tell the story, but this year is the platform for that. We will get it to the Workers' Rights 868 administration team. So you could be able to let your voice be heard in a particular manner without fear or favor. Because we here are committed to that fact. And if we go under the notion that we will vote without giving them a criteria or a specific action to follow within this area, Point 14 and Library, proper smoke we pipe. Because many of us are unable to cope with this situation here again. But many of you outside here, I know you could challenge me on that fact. Many of you that from this area here in which I live know that anytime you become public with some of these views, you have to look for a walk somewhere, or you know what I say. Trust me. The place comes so heated just now there. It was a stretch day for somebody. At the end of the day, the infrastructure that is around the governing of these PNM areas and them is held by PNM people. So imagine that some of you that don't even have a work within the oil industry, but they have oil hook on things like CPEP and 10 days. When oil talk about oil loss and that and all. So with the spirit and the tenacity of what Gladiator would have started back then, many of you, even I at that point in time, didn't even understand or see the vision. But today we are feeling the effects. Yes, we are feeling the effects today. Because look at this. Look at this. We go play it again. Because this morning we was there. We played this thing here this morning.
It's a very difficult period. Have low VAT on all the basic food items. We have a whole huge list of zero-rated items. Somebody finds you need 7,000 more items from which VAT should be removed so that the people wouldn't be oppressed. The people of Trinidad and Tobago who are oppressed can't find the next meal.
Yeah, Camille.
Try and get a park in the savannah next week. Or
yeah, Camille.
Tonight? Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night? Try and get in the savannah tomorrow night. Two reggae fellas singing up there tomorrow night.
I know why
and
you
all
don't
these
shame
people
out.
who are so oppressed and can't find the next meal, right? Can't buy the next school book. Stop pretending, Madam Speaker. We do have people in our nation for whom it's a daily struggle. In every nation you have that, Madam Speaker. Why are they pretending as though we are in fact different?
Now what we are doing here, the people at Trinidad and Tobago, we are paying for supporting a government. The P&M administration without criteria. And they feel they are going to respect us. Now we would have taken the time to break down and to construct arguments around the factor of collectivism and individualism and the importance of being a part of a group that they treated us like a group. How much of us could say that through black organization within Trinidad and Tobago that we have schools and things? How much? We could go out on any platform and boast like Satmaraj and say, boy, you know, this we would have done this through black people. I'm gonna tell you something. The next person that we have to see here, one of the most known, well-known black conscious individual in Trinidad and Tobago is Brother David Mohammed. And we will reach out to him to have a discussion on just that. Because it's about high time that our vote means something in Trinidad and Tobago. And if they want to retain the office that they are in, they must respect us. And that is what we say in here. We ain't discouraging certain things, you know. When we see certain things, we call it as it is. But you have no criteria, you the black man, as to where your vote is concerned. Even back then, we would have seen the psychology of the individual. And now, it continues. We give him 5 years after that. We give him 10. And we are seeing puppets in these areas here because, watchmen, none of them ministers and them only McClutchy would have served in a ministry, a matter of fact. Kennedy is just a spanner. And we are seeing that what we tell her here, you know. We would have reached out to the individual several times. We have affidavit in which we would have, there were certain statements that we would have made on a particular broadcast where we never went into details for. In a matter of fact. And we were sued by the MP in Point 14, Kennedy Richards Jr., for saying certain things that we know is fact. And if it had to reach that point that the gentleman there, him trying to understand that, hey, we didn't really wanted anything. Because we take the pacifist approach, we still went, and regardless to the fact that we didn't admit we guilty, you know, we still apologize. By the reach that this man is still pursuing this. And if it had to reach a point that we have to counter sue as for the truth to come out within the public domain, then we have to do just that. Yeah, we have to do just that. This thing is not no game no more, you know. Nobody in coming here and playing, trying to inject fear into me, you know. Because we have the evidence that it done vote already, you know. Because we know how nasty this politics thing is here. Just so you could go missing and they could find you dead somewhere. That is the distance that certain people are prepared to go. And remember, I know it are lawyers listening because we don't get charged from this one, that one, the other one. Magistrates and all. Pre-action protocol letter was sent. And there is a particular case in which I, Renison Jeffrey, would have brought up the judge, a magistrate in the Point 14 court for being ultra vires and the playing the shelf in the matter. Now I would have gone through various lengths to acquire certain documentation from the different parts of the different ministries that was involved or attached to putting me behind bars without a charge. And we realizing that the matter is being shelved. Let me tell you something. The last time the matter was called was last year, January. Last year. And up to now, no conclusion can come from that case yet. Thousands of dollars spent. And that is where the justice system in Trinidad and Tobago, that's why people complaining and saying and talking about the collapse in Trinidad. That is what this thing is about, a money thing. I don't want to go into certain things. As I say, we would have reached out and questioned certain things that is taking place within the area and the district of Point 14 to the MP. That is a fact. We would have reached out to MP Kennedy Richards several times. In 2023, on March 25th, we would have reached out then in concordance to a land dispute in Gonzal. We would have urged a follow-up in April 17, 2023, again concerning that same land dispute. In July 18, 2023, we would have again in August 11, 2023, that's the MP. Again in August 20, 2023. This one was August 11, August 20, October 4th, just after Campaman then would have gotten shot in Warden Road. We would have wanted answers based on that incident that would have taken place there. And again, in 2023 October, the 23rd of October, and we are prepared to publish all these letters and them within the public domain, because there are certain things that people are trying to do, and they are trying to say things that we never said, and trying to imply certain things and shifting the burden of proof that we must answer things that we never say. So as I say, we prepared to make these letters and them public within the weeks to come. We have certain sworn affidavit concerning certain things that would have went on concerning that same land dispute, in which we are going to make public. Too much nonsense going on here in these PNM areas, and nobody's saying anything. Nobody's saying anything. Again, right now we are going to sign out. But before we sign out, we want to bring this to your remembrance. I want to know if this is the people and them you are serving in Trinidad. I want to know.
In a very difficult period, have no VAT on all the basic food items. We have a whole huge list of zero-rated items. somebody finds you need 7,000 more items from which VAT should be removed so that the people wouldn't be oppressed. The people of Trinidad and Tobago who are oppressed can't find the next meal. Try and get a park in the Savannah next week. Oh, is it tonight?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night? Try and get in Savannah tomorrow night. Two reggae fellas singing up there tomorrow night. And all these people who are so oppressed and can't find the next meal, right? Can't buy the next school book. Stop pretending, Madam Speaker. We do have people in our nation for whom it's a daily struggle. In every nation you have that, Madam Speaker. Why are they pretending as though we are in fact different? In a very difficult period, have no VAT on all the basic food items. We have a whole huge list of zero-rated items. Somebody finds you need 7,000 more items from which VAT should be removed so that the people wouldn't be oppressed. The people of Trinidad and Tobago who are oppressed can't find the next meal. Try and get a park in the Savannah next week. Oh, is it tonight?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night? Try and get in Savannah tomorrow
This
night.
Photo is from
Two reggae fellas singing up there
2001
tomorrow night.
when both
And all these people who are so oppressed and can't find the next meal, right? Can't buy the next school book. Stop pretending, Madam Speaker. We do have people in our nation for whom it's a daily struggle. In every nation you have that, Madam Speaker. Why are they pretending as though we are in fact different? In a very
Rowley.
difficult period, have no VAT on all the basic food items. We have a whole huge list of zero-rated items. Somebody finds you need 7,000 more items from which VAT should be removed so that the people wouldn't be oppressed. The people of Trinidad and Tobago who are oppressed can't find the next meal. Try and get a park in the Savannah next week. Oh, is it tonight?
Tomorrow night.
And that is the audacity that or what we just get from people that we put in place that don't deserve it. And there is a statement which was made in it. There is a statement that when good men do nothing, evil prevail. And not to go into too much genealogy and dialogue concerning this, we are going here. We had to highlight this video. There were certain things that were said on a particular campaign or a platform in which we would have seen people would have gone at lengths as to fact check some of the information that are outside there. And as I say, this is not a my thing. This is a we thing. We must be more apart and pay and have the politicians and them be accountable for some of the statements. This was said on a political platform.
This photo is from 2001 when both Gerard Yekning and Julian John were senators. So it's not debunking no lie, as Julian John entered Parliament for the first time in 2000 as a senator, and she wasn't a government minister in 1995, as Kamala said.
When I first went to Parliament in 1995 with Mr. Pandey, Julian John was a minister of the then UNC government. Did you know that?
Stop ignoring now. Only embarrassing all yourselves. This photo is from 2001.
Now the reason why we play this tape concerning this is not to go at anybody, but it's to let the politicians know that the public is paying attention. So if this is a mistake that you would have made on your behalf, Miss Kamala Prasad Bisesa, just how you publicly declare that within the, but that's how you publicly say that within the public domain. You must again publicly retract such statement. We the people at Trinidad and Tobago is not we in giving the politician free rein again. The media and all, we ain't going down that road. And that is the type of politics that we must continually push in the public domain.
When both Gerard Yekning and Julian John were senators, so it not debunking no lie, as Julian John entered Parliament for the first time in 2000 as a senator, and she wasn't a government minister in 1995, as Kamala said.
When I first went to Parliament in 1995 with Mr. Pandey, Julian John was a minister of the then UNC government. Did you know that?
Stop it now.
Right, today we are going to conclude this broadcast. We would have, for them that, many of you that now tuning in, we would have played an editorial by the late Ricardo Welch, that is known as the Gladiator, the person that you are seeing there, in which he was explicit and vivid with some of the things that he would have said concerning the leader now, the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, in which we all accept. Now he's different. Now the Prime Minister in Trinidad and Tobago different. He have all the apparatus of the state at his beck and call. So he's not just a normal member of the public again. He's something else. And as I am saying, we are concluding this broadcast here today. Thanks for listening and being a part of this network. Tune in tomorrow and we will be back. Now, before I leave, let me see what's going on the road, so you could have a better idea of what's taking place in the public domain on the road, on the roadways in Trinidad and Tobago. Let me see what's taking place on the road in Trinidad.
Smooth sailing. Eyes and ears from Sawa to Port of Spain. Smooth sailing.
Smooth sailing. Smooth sailing. Now we could go into as to what taking place. So smooth sailing in the San Fernando area.
Good afternoon. 1:05 p.m. The exit on the south ramp to come off by UTT there has been closed off. The exit to go onto the link-up side has been closed off. So you had to make the bend to go up on the ramp.
So that is in by the exit. Have other places. Let me see. Let me see what's going on in other places.
Good afternoon. 1:05 p.m. The exit on the south ramp to come off by UTT there has been closed off. The exit to go onto the
time is now 1:02 from Gasparillo flyover straight up to Shagwanas, Medford gas station, food basket, everything clear both sides, traffic running. Okay.
Right, that was taking place here. We could see what's going on down in the south.
via the highway. 1:18 p.m. Port of Spain is St. Augustine, clear.
1:11 p.m. Oasis Gardens in Chaguanas to Ariapita Avenue, a total of 28 kilometers, took 40 minutes. Roads are clear on both sides.
Good afternoon. 1:05 p.m. The exit on the south ramp to come off by UTG there has been closed off.
Right, we listened to that one already.
Onto the link up side has been closed off. So you had to make the bend to go up on the ramp.
So you see the road clear in certain instances. In certain places, as a matter of fact. See, now looking through here to see what is the development in south. Right, nothing. So the road's clear in the south area. Right, people of Trinidad and Tobago, my name is Renison Jeffrey. This is the Workers' Rights Platform. Today is the 12th of June, 2024. And we are